Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to explain one of the most important parts of a thesis or research paper, the research design section of the research methodology. A strong research design is the backbone of a successful study because it shows how your research will be conducted and why you chose certain methods to achieve your objectives. Research design, research design is the overall plan or blueprint for conducting a study. It guides the procedures for collecting, measuring, and analyzing data. It ensures the study is logical and systematic, minimizing bias and ensuring accuracy. Common types or mostly used research designs are descriptive, regression, and correlational designs. Descriptive research design. It is used to describe the characteristics, situations, or phenomena as they exist in their natural setting. It focuses on presenting an accurate picture of what is happening, rather than explaining why it happens. This design helps researchers gather detailed, factual, and systematic information about the current status of a subject. For example, a study that describes the demographic profile, working conditions, and job satisfaction levels of employees in the hospitality industry would use a descriptive research design. It is mainly concerned with the what aspect of the research problem. Correlational research design. It is used to examine the relationship or association between two or more variables without manipulating them. It helps to determine whether and how strongly variables are related. This design does not establish cause and effect, but rather identifies the strength and direction of relationships between variables. For instance, a study that explores the relationship between employee motivation and job performance applies a correlational research design. It helps to understand if an increase or decrease in one variable corresponds to a change in another. Regression research design. It is applied when the researcher aims to predict the value of one variable, the dependent variable, based on one or more other variables, independent variables. It goes beyond correlation by measuring the degree and direction of influence that one or more predictors have on the outcome variable. This design is commonly used in studies seeking to identify cause and effect relationships or make predictions. For example, a study that analyzes how salary, training opportunities, and work-life balance predict employee retention uses a regression research design. It focuses on estimating how much each independent variable contributes to changes in the dependent variable. It is important to clearly understand which research design you want to use because it serves as the foundation of your entire study. The choice of research design mainly depends on the objectives and purpose of the research, what you want to find out, explain, or measure. Selecting an appropriate design ensures that the data collected will effectively answer your research questions and achieve your study objectives. For example, if your goal is to describe the current situation or characteristics of a group, a descriptive research design is suitable. If your aim is to examine how two or more variables are related, a correlational research design is appropriate. Similarly, if you want to predict or determine the impact of one variable on another, a regression research design is the best choice. Example: topic, effect of leverage, assets growth, market capitalization and firm age on profitability of Nepalese commercial banks. The main objective of the study is to analyze the effect of leverage, assets growth, market capitalization and firm age on profitability of the Nepalese commercial banks. Specifically, it examines the relationship of debt-to-equity ratio, debt-to-assets ratio, long-term debt-to-assets ratio, short-term debt-to-assets ratio, assets growth rate, market capitalization, and firm age with return on equity and return on assets of Nepalese commercial banks. Based on the topic, research design will be This study has employed descriptive research design and causal comparative research design to deal with the fundamental issues associated with the effect of leverage, assets growth, market capitalization, and firm age on profitability of selected commercial banks in the context of Nepal. The descriptive research design helps in a fact-finding, searching for adequate information about leverage, assets growth, market capitalization, and firm age on profitability of Nepalese commercial banks. Descriptive statistics is used with respect to variables like debt-to-equity ratio, debt-to-assets ratio, long-term debt-to-assets ratio, short-term debt-to-assets ratio, assets growth, market capitalization, and firm age that describe the nature of data of the commercial banks. This study also employs causal comparative research design to analyze effect of leverage, assets growth, market capitalization, and firm age on profitability of Nepalese commercial banks. Causal comparative research design helps to determine the cause and effect relationship between the different dependent and independent variables. This design has been adopted to ascertain and understand the directions, magnitude, and forms of observed effect of leverage, assets growth, market capitalization, and firm age on profitability of Nepalese commercial banks.